Ooh, that one clipped. Seltzer water, as recommended by Rich at Review Tech USA. 21st Century Father here, streaming to one concurrent viewer as I shift in my seat again. And there's some interesting things to talk about tonight. Again, trying to start up a talk show as a lead into Rich's live streams at Review Tech USA. And I'll just reiterate that I have really enjoyed what he's been doing lately, especially with the live chats. He's an entertaining chat guy, and it's interesting that he gets about, I don't know, half the viewers he does when he actually plays a game. But he's not known for streaming games, so that's probably why. I'm already burping on this. Anyway, it's telling me that my stream isn't doing too good here as far as my connection. So let's see if I can do something about that first. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see what's going on over here with OBS. OBS looks good. My internet connection is good enough. Oh no, I'm on the wrong connection. I'm gonna have to stop this and start over again. Dang it. Okay, it's telling me I'm back on. Still, that darn connection. I really have to go. I really need to get a wired connection up here. Trying to stream over wireless is really not what you're supposed to do. Yep, I'm having some issues with this. That was a good one. There's always one concurrent viewer. And I feel like that's a mistake. Or someone who is actually watching but is not signed in to YouTube and therefore can't use the chat. Yeah, this is bad. I gotta do something about this. For a long time last night, it was working fine. Let me try something else here. Be stupid. Well, they say practice makes perfect, so let me just spend some time working on this here while I'm here. Why not? Hmm. Let's try unplugging this. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get a wired connection up here. I used to have a wired connection, but then it got switched to the new bedroom. Is where that wire went. I can if I could get another switch up here, I bet I could just tap into the wire because I know where it is in the wall. So if it comes to that, that's what I'll do. And it'll be no problem. So yeah, as far as my viewer count, I'm not sure what to do about that at the moment. Everyone seems to be gone. All two people that chimed in 2 days ago. And I did a video yesterday, contrary to what I said I was going to do. What is it about YouTubers? And they always say they're going to do one thing, and they end up doing something else. And oh gosh darn it, lost it. It's going down again. Well, I'm going to try something with the lighting up here. I don't think I need the room lights to be on, so I'm going to shut those off. Well, you can still see me, I guess. Pull this a little closer here. Yeah, I definitely need to get a wired connection up here if this is going to work the way I want it to, anyway. I hate it when stuff doesn't work the way I want it to. It's my biggest. Well, now it says excellent connection. So, how do you go from excellent to poor? Just straight to poor? Because I know there's like three. Let's see if the chat's working here as far as that goes. Yep. Okay. There's that. So I'm not shifting in my seat as much. I'm still rubbing my nose, but baby steps, right? Let's see. And I'm going to be checking YouTube here to see when Rich goes live. We know Rich is going to go live tonight. He already said so on Twitter, but don't know when. And he also said he was going to be he's making a video about Reggie. I can't pronounce his last name. I need to look that up right now. Let's see. Let's look this up. Okay, that's not going to work. I keep running around. I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to get one of those beeping text scams. It's been happening to me lately. I don't know where I got it. I'm not traveling to any what you might call questionable websites. Let me try this again. Fils-Aimé. Reggie Fils-Aimé. According to what I'm looking at here. So Reggie Fils-Aimé, the guy who was in charge of Nintendo America for many years, basically the face of Nintendo America as well, has been appointed to the board of directors of GameStop. And the question is, what does that mean? That's what it means. No. So, in lieu of this, I've decided to, since I'm not really up on how corporations work in terms of the um, chain of command, I decided to look up what exactly is a board of directors. Well, here on this website, and I have a feeling that Rich is probably going to quote this too, but a board of directors is an elected group of individuals that represent shareholders. The board is a governing body that typically meets at regular intervals. In this case, we can probably assume once a month, maybe, to set policies for corporate management and oversight. Every public company must have a board of directors. So basically, they work on behalf of the shareholders, and let's see, it says they're responsible for helping a corporation set broad goals, supporting executive duties, and ensuring the company has adequate, well-managed resources at its disposal. They also have higher firepower of senior executives. Now, I don't know if that means that any of the senior executives at GameStop are going to come under fire. Because what they're just doing right now is trying to stay alive because of the debt. And they're basically trying to find ways to hire people at lower and lower pay. So there's rumored that all of the GameStop employees may try to organize a strike. But if that does happen, I can tell you that GameStop will probably fire every last one of them and hire new people at lower wages. But that's not just my opinion. That's also something that came down the pipeline from Camelot's source. Camelot is a guy who does a lot of videos on, I forget what his actual name is on YouTube. Camelot 3 something or other. See if I can find him. Camelot. And this guy is so much of a lightning rod. Apparently, you can't even mention his name in a GameStop, or you get escorted out off the premises. It's just not allowed. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of his videos pop up here for me. Well, in any case, he's got a guy, so on the inside, so that's basically where the information's coming from. But it shouldn't surprise anybody that that's exactly what they would do. It's probably the shadiest of ways to cut costs, but they are in dire straits at the moment. I'm not going to shift. I'm just straightening my armrest thing right here. You know, I was looking at the cost of gaming chairs because every gaming YouTuber has one of those designer gaming chairs, even though some of them, even Rich has one, even though he doesn't really play games in it. maybe somebody gave him one. I don't know. Because the brand of the one he's got, they don't really make that many. They make like a couple models, and that's it. Um, I was looking at the price of chairs, and I was looking at the price of like green screens and lights and things, and you can get like whole green screen and light packages for less than $100. It's really not that expensive to get all that stuff. So why Rich never had a green screen to begin with is I don't know. Maybe he just never felt like doing it. He wanted to, set up his room a certain way and do it that way. Because he spends a lot of money on other things like random computer components and giving money to Twitch streamers that he's not particularly fond of. Namely, a guy named Phil who calls himself DSP, who is, he's not really good at games, but he's really good at telling everybody why he lost. It's kind of what I noticed. I was watching a video of him today. I guess he was trying to stream Donkey Kong 64, and this is not a guy that strikes me as someone who would be really good at the 3D platformer, especially Donkey Kong 64. And there was a mini game he just could not deal with. Even he eventually beat it, but it took him way longer than it should have, and it really wasn't the game's fault. He was just spinning his wheels and not figuring it out. I'm old enough to know. I remember when that game came out. It was, everyone was waiting for it, but I think it got a little bit colder reception than I think people were expecting, because it got released after Banjo-Kazooie. And Banjo-Kazooie, in my opinion, is the prototype for just a solid, fun, creative 3D platformer. I'm just gonna warn whoever it is that's watching. I can't imagine it's actually somebody watching, but if it is, I took a major dump earlier, and usually when that happens, I have to do another one later on because it's like the cogs are already in motion. I see. I'm trying to figure out where that light was coming from. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go finish what I started here in a minute. So let's do this, and I'll be back. Actually, let's do this. here. Really need to get it like that. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's better. Oh, that feels so much better. So much better. But, yeah, no traffic tonight. Well, that's okay. I might have to start plugging it a little bit and see what happens. It's really only, it's really only starts to get fun when there's a good blah, 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 blah. When there's a good number of people in the chat, and so there's discussion. What is it, 7:49? Let's see here. Huh. So anyway, back to the Reggie Fils-Aimé deal. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say, with all due respect, I love Rich to death, but I'm wondering if in this video and perhaps in the live stream tonight, he's gonna make a little bit bigger deal out of this than it is. I think they brought in Reggie as a liaison to, the ordinary everyday gamer, because my understanding of the situation is GameStop has GameStop has senior executives who don't really know much about video games. Like, they might know about the video game business, but they don't know much about video games in terms of their value, their tangible value, and their emotional value. For instance, I made a video yesterday, the video I said I wasn't going to make, about GameStop selling their retro games for a little bit more usually than what they'll fetch on eBay. And, if we go to the brick and mortar stores that sell retro games, they're kind of matching eBay for the most part, and in some cases even going lower. Just depends on what they paid for it in the first place. But yeah, I just don't think that's going to work for them doing that. They really need their own digital distribution platform, but they don't have the money to implement that at all because they don't have any money. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Keep that up. Just in case. wonder if I should just stream a game just to see maybe if that'll get it going. Usually Rich will start streaming around 8 o'clock or 8:30, something like that. But he said he was going to do a video, and when he does videos, it takes a little longer for some reason. I think I don't know, he over edits them or something. Oh. Yeah, he's tweeted about it, but he doesn't know what to say. Interesting. He doesn't want to overdo it. Well, I'll just respond. He never replies. He never mentions my responses, but I'll put it in there anyway. Yeah. So like I said, I doubt he was brought onto the board of directors simply to recommend firing senior executives. I think he was brought in to help tell them what they need to do so that gamers, the majority of gamers stop hating them. I really don't have a like or a dislike for GameStop. I used to go there a lot just to look around at games, but you know, eventually it dawned on me that it's no different than going into a Walmart or a Target or whatever and just looking at their games because they're all games. It's the same thing. GameStop does not have anything different than what they have other than used games, and I'm not interested in buying used games. I'm not interested in selling them my games because I could sell them myself for more money as a private seller. So what's the point? That's if I wanted to sell them. So anyway, that tweet was an hour ago, and what he really needs to do is don't make a video. He just needs to go live and talk about it there, and then maybe make a video about it tomorrow, and it'll get some views. It's better than nothing. Rich, I would just go live. Because that'll give you a talking topic. I mean, it gave me a topic. even though nobody watches. Who is this one person? Sign in. Sign into your Google account. If you don't have a Google account, just get one. And identify yourself. I don't know. That's screwy. There's always one person. And I know it's not counting me. Because I've seen that number go down to 0. And it started with 0. Maybe I'll just pretend I have a stalker. And I should also point out, Reggie wasn't the only new appointee to the board of directors. I think there were a couple other people too. So either they voted to increase the number of members, or they voted to release a few members, or a few members stepped down. I wonder where GameStop's stock is right now. 370. So my guess is right around the time that announcement happened, a bunch of people bought in because they knew it was going to go up, and then now they're selling again, maybe. Or maybe that, when was that announcement? That's 6:12 Eastern. Yeah, Eastern time. Anyway, it's gone back down. So I don't know if this announcement made any difference or not in their stock price. I should have bought in when it was low, but you know what? I don't have any money to invest with anyway. Well, there's a second person. Whoa, now the ball's rolling. Now that ball's freaking rolling. How about that? And a like. Wow, now we're on fire. We are on fire tonight. And just in the nick of time. Cause I'm thinking Rich is going to abandon that video idea and just go live. If I were him, that's what I do. But then again, I don't have 850,000 subscribers, so maybe he would know better. Yeah. good times. I already had my second poop tonight, and I've got my La Croix seltzer, berry flavored. And this is good. This is a good. See, I kind of had an affinity for soda as well, and this kind of helps curb that a little bit. So anyway, is the chat working? I don't know. I don't know what it's saying here. Live chat. Okay. I think it is. It is working. And there's pop out. Yeah. This thing's on. The studio's on dark mode. I mean, I know why it has a dark mode, so it doesn't throw white light in the user's or in the streamer's face, but I don't really need dark mode. I'm not sure exactly how to turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't care. I got this desk light right here that's providing me illumination. There we go. Maybe that is that better? Let me check out. Am I looking at it? Yeah, it's better. Really need one from both sides. But I've only got one, so. Oh, what else? What else? What else? I really want to stream an N64 game. I want to be like an N64 streamer. That would be great. But I would have to get a capture card. Oh man, I would need 2 capture cards, I think. Cuz I don't want to use this webcam forever. This webcam's a piece of crap. But then if I'm streaming, nobody really needs to see me. I can be up in the corner. So that maybe that would be best. Then I also need a TV because I'm not going to play on the monitor, the laptop monitor, while I'm playing. I would want it on a separate screen. So yeah. Not sure how I would do that. It's going to cost money. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on YouTube. I kind of want to use what I have. I wouldn't want to do that until unless there would come a day where I'm actually going to make money, add money on YouTube. But I don't like talking about money on YouTube because I think it's a little bit in poor taste. So, as I rub my nose again, my nose just itches all the time. It's like I need a nose hair clipper or something. Hmm. 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 Well, I have built gaming PCs. People can ask me questions about PC components, things of that nature. Rich knows some of that stuff off the top of his head. I do not. I have places I go to look that stuff up immediately so I don't have to remember. I have general ideas about things, but there's so many I can't keep straight like what AMD cards are what, because they have a very confusing way of naming their cards. You know, with Nvidia, you've got GTX, and you've got the series numbers 600, 700, 800. 800s I think were laptops anyway, but 900, the 1000s. Now we got the 2000s, and next will probably be the 3000s. AMD has a lot of different things. They had the R9, RX, and then there's just a one with a Roman numeral that's out there, the Radeon 7, which is absurdly priced and not worth the money. And then there are other NVIDIA cards that they call the Quadros, but those are more for video editing, I think, and rendering videos. Now, how it comes to be that one card is better for rendering videos and video editing than it is for playing video games, I'm not sure, but the Quadro cards are always more expensive. I shouldn't say always, it's most of the time. And nobody uses them for gaming. You don't put a Quadro card in a gaming PC. Well, let's see, it's 10 after 8 here. Yeah, no change there. Still not sure what he's doing. Oh no, I lost one. Well, see you later. Nobody hangs out with me. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. Yeah. There's not a lot going on today, really. Hmm. Well, I know something else I wanted to mention. Talking about GeForce Now and the developers, not the developers, the people publishing the game, which may in some cases also be the developer, pulling their games from the service after it had left the beta the beta. So anyway, Rich's take on this was he was very annoyed with this because basically the way it worked is if you sign into GeForce Now, you could link it to your Steam account and play games that you already own over their servers. But not only over their service, but also using the through the cloud, you're using their PCs to play the game rather than your own. It's basically cloud gaming. But when it left beta, there was no deal in place between GeForce Now and all of the publishers. And GeForce Now continued to allow people to use or to play the games. And they were essentially making money off of these other publishers' games without their consent. Now, does that... And so the... Oh boy, I'm having a hard time explaining this. And so the publishers are pulling their games from GeForce Now. And there's two sides to this. The one side is Rich's take, which is that that's very greedy and anti-consumer, and he's not wrong. It's not a very nice thing to do. We'll just say it like that. But on the other hand, if GeForce Now is profiting off of the publisher's games without their permission, without any sort of deal in place, that would be kind of like me using Rich's music, like on my streams, without his permission, without having bought it. You can say, well, the gamers already paid for the game. Yes, the gamers did, but GeForce Now didn't. And by the same token, let's say it was a Patreon video or something like that. The people watching the video, they paid for the video, but I did not pay for the material that was in the video. So I can see both sides. And basically what has to happen is GeForce Now has to work out a deal with these publishers, and they're probably not going to do it for free. So, and you know, that's why when you have a platform like Google Stadia, where you have to subscribe to them and buy the games, is because they have a deal in place with the publishers where they have to pay the publishers to be on the platform. Maybe. I don't know that for sure, but it's probably something like that, because they can't just hijack the publisher's game through another distribution platform. Now, I guess another way you could look at it is, does GeForce Now have a deal with Steam? I guess that's an issue. And so what role does Steam play in all of this? No one's really mentioned that. Everyone kind of thinks that, Steam is just Steam in all of this, but you had to link it to your Steam account in order to use it. So, and the publishers, they're not pulling their games from Steam. They're pulling their games from GeForce Now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how all that's tied in. Yeah, and something else I didn't think about when I was coming up with these streams is what what are the most watched videos on my channel? A channel that has had no videos uploaded in 2 years, except for yesterday. And the videos that are most watched are actually not video game related. So here I am trying to do live streams based on gaming and PC tech. And man, my neck. And nobody really came to my channel for that in the first place. Talk about forcing the issue, huh? So yeah, I've been at this now for like an hour and 20 minutes. And I guess Rich is still working on that video. I want to watch this. So I'm going to watch this right now. This is the video where he's made a video on the 1316 killer, the guy who is probably mostly responsible for most of my subscribers. It says, I react to the 1316 killer's video exposing to me. So he's reacting to a guy who's criticized him. And this was done 3 years ago. Makes sense. Obviously, Rich is considerably heavier here. So I've probably watched this before. There's an ad, of course. Well, at least that's the same. I never knew who that Yurik person was either, to be honest. He did make a lot of videos. The killer really, I think he went after Rich because Rich was the most famous at the time for, talking about video game news and basically commentating on it. And people were watching it, and, I think it bothered him. Well, flip flop. He flip flops all the time. He's admitted it. It's a meme now. He's embraced it, and he ought to. But everybody does once in a while. He looks so different with all of the extra weight. Well, that's he's well, he did like retro games. These guys had to go around a little bit, a little bit. I'm gonna pause this for a second though, because YouTubers like myself, well, I don't know if I want to call myself a YouTuber at this point, but because I have one viewer at the moment, this is good practice. Good practice. But I need to stretch out. My shifting in my seat is stretching out, is what it is, because I can't sit like this for too long. I could see the little guys very much doing things to try to get more viewers, to try to make money, whereas those who are already making money, they may actually be more trustworthy in some cases because they've already made it. They don't have a reason to, to try to worm their way up anymore. And I'm not saying I'm trying to worm my way up. I just it's just something to do anyway. Yeah, and Rich really regrets going after this guy because obviously Um, I mean, the killer was he just had material there to do his videos, and that's pretty much all it was. Anyway, man, it's like 8:30. What is the deal here, folks? Bet he's still working on that video. Still working on that video. Or maybe he already uploaded it. Let's have a look. No, he did not. Nothing there. Well, if he was throwing in the towel on it, he would have said so by now. I really need to get an alternate Twitter account that has my channel name in it. That might be the thing to do. Let me work on that tonight. But yeah, I mean it's 8:30. I've run out of things to really talk about. I thought that he'd be live by now, but it's taken him a little bit longer. And so I should probably go ahead and get going. So I appreciate whomever it is was watching this, and I will see you next time.